Madison Square Garden was ready for a celebration. But Victor Wembanyama walked into New York and changed the entire mood of the NBA Finals. The Knicks still have the lead. They're still up 2-1. But after Game 3, this series suddenly feels different. Because the Spurs didn't just steal a win. They walked into one of the loudest buildings in basketball, survived the pressure, survived the noise, survived the anger, and reminded everybody that this finals is nowhere near over. San Antonio beat New York 115-111 in Game 3, and the biggest reason was the 7'4" superstar who looked completely unfazed by the moment. Victor Wembanyama finished with 32 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 blocks, and every time the Knicks tried to take control, Wemby answered like a player who understands this stage belongs to him too. And that's what makes this win so dangerous for New York. Because for 2 games, the Knicks had the story. They had the momentum. They had the Garden waiting for a finals night it had dreamed about for decades. But Game 3 became a reminder that championship series can turn fast. One bad fourth quarter. One missed call. One cold stretch. One superstar on the other side refusing to blink. And suddenly, the pressure shifts. The Knicks fans brought everything. The Garden was electric. Every possession felt like a fight. Every whistle felt personal. Every Wembanyama touch felt like the crowd was trying to pull him out of rhythm. But instead of shrinking, he leaned into it. That's the scary part. This wasn't just a talented young player putting up numbers. This was Wembanyama stepping into enemy territory, hearing the boos, feeling the hate, and still controlling the game like he was built for this exact moment. New York had Jalen Brunson fighting. OG Anunoby gave the Knicks a huge performance. The crowd kept pushing them. The building kept believing. But late in the game, when the Knicks needed one clean stretch, San Antonio stayed aggressive. The Spurs attacked the rim. They kept pressure on the defense. And they made New York play through frustration, especially with the officiating becoming one of the biggest talking points of the night. Knicks fans were furious. The players looked frustrated. And inside Madison Square Garden, you could feel that tension building. Not just because the Knicks lost, but because it felt like a game that slipped away possession by possession. That's what hurts in the finals. It's not always a blowout. Sometimes it's a whistle you hate. A rebound you don't get. A shot that rims out. A defensive mistake you can't take back. And by the final buzzer, the Knicks still had the series lead, but the Spurs had something just as important. Belief. Because now San Antonio knows it can win in New York. Now Wembanyama knows he can silence the Garden. And now the Knicks know this is not going to be a smooth ride to a championship. The 2-1 lead still matters. New York is still in front. But Game 4 just became massive. If the Knicks respond, they take back control and push the Spurs to the edge. But if San Antonio wins again at Madison Square Garden, then this series is tied, the momentum flips, and the pressure in New York becomes almost impossible to ignore. That's why Game May 3rd be remembered as more than just a Spurs win. It may be the night Wembanyama stopped being the future, and started becoming the problem New York has to solve right now. Because the Knicks still have the edge. But after what we just saw at the Garden, nobody should feel comfortable. This NBA Finals just got real.